Good morning. We welcome you to our talk show today, Vietnam-Japan Relation, New Driver, New Highs. It's a special talk show organized by Vietnam Investment Review, VIR. In September 2025, Vietnam and Japan mark 52 years of diplomatic relation. The partnership built on robust economic ties and substantial cooperation in education and healthcare. Beyond these main pillars, we have been a beautiful deepening of collaboration through cultural exchanges, people-to-people connection, and effective cooperation between our localities. So over the past year, the business community, stakeholders, and organizations of our two countries have been playing an important role in deepening relationship. Especially in healthcare, Japanese stakeholders have been joining efforts to increase health access to local people, thus making contribution to increasingly bilateral ties between two countries. So looking ahead, both nations are seeking new drivers to strengthen investment, business relation, and cooperation across strategic sectors. With this in mind, today's talk show, Vietnam-Japan Relation, New Driver, New Highs, is organized to highlight the Vietnam-Japan partnership, the contribution of association and organization, and the role of business in fostering stronger bilateral ties. To guide us through this discussion, we are honored to welcome our distinguished guest, Your Excellency Mr. Ito Naoki, Japanese Ambassador to Vietnam.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Mr. Quang, Director General of the Department of International Cooperation, Ministry of Health.
Good morning, and thank you very much.
Mr. Nguyen Anh Tuấn, Deputy General, Foreign Investment Agency, Ministry of Finance.
Very good morning, everyone. And today I'm very proud and happy to attend a very special event by VIR. Thank you.
And Mr. Benjamin Pink, the General Manager of Takeda Vietnam Pharmaceutical.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting Takeda to this interesting forum.
So without further ado, let us move into our discussion. The first question I would like to raise is for Mr. Ito Naoki, Japanese Ambassador to Vietnam. How do you evaluate the development of relations between the two countries in recent time, and what are the key prospects ahead?
As you already described, Mr. Son, the current status of Japan-Vietnam partnership is really friendly, amicable, and cooperative. So particularly under the Doi Moi policy, as Vietnam developed economically, our partnership has grown. So Japan is now the #1 donor through ODA for infrastructure development, human resources development, as well as policy support, intellectual collaboration. And also, if you look at the investment, the Japanese investment came to $80 billion US overall. And also trade volume has almost come to 50 billion. So I think particularly economically, Japan has a very big space in terms of collaboration with the Vietnamese side for the economic development. Also, I want to mention this people-to-people exchange. Now, annually, 600,000 to 700,000 people are coming and going each direction. So we could expect that 1 million people will be coming and going each direction, even by 2030. Now Vietnam is undergoing a very rapid reform under the very, very strong leadership of the Party General Secretary To Lam. And I would say these reform efforts will provide excellent opportunities for further cooperation, collaboration between Japan and Vietnam. Yes, our two countries established a comprehensive and strategic partnership back in November 2023, marking the 50th anniversary of our diplomatic relations. But since this reform will usher the country into the further economic development, particularly on the economic front, I think plenty opportunities will be waiting for us. Recently, back in April, the Japanese Prime Minister, Ishiba Shigeru, visited this country.
Oh.
And he had an excellent meeting with General Secretary Toram, Prime Minister Fan Min-chin, and other leaders of this country. And through the conversations, two countries agreed on advancing cooperation on new pillar, which is DX, GX, AI, semiconductor, namely the area of innovation. That is going to be the new pillar of collaboration. And also agriculture area, they are talking about collaboration for high-valued agriculture or the increasing the production of agriculture. And also already when Agriculture and Environment Minister visited Japan in September, there are tangible outcomes of a new agricultural cooperation. So 12 MOUs were signed. And of course, Japan has been doing a cooperation on strategic infrastructure, like a railway, particularly metro, or even, say, energy sector. So those infrastructure collaboration should be the areas we will continue to collaborate. So we welcome the direction of reform, and Prime Minister clearly stated that Japan will continue to cooperate, making the most of what we achieved, also the strengths of Japanese, so that the Vietnam economic growth will be achieved in a most effective and efficient manner.
Yes, thank you very much, Ambassador. You mentioned a very wide spectrum of cooperation between Japan and Vietnam, but in particular in pharmacy and healthcare, what are expected as the prospect and highlights of cooperation between our two countries?
Even on this healthcare sector, Japan has been providing various cooperation. So those two big hospitals, namely Cholai and Bach Mai, so those are the centers of our cooperation, collaboration, so that the medical care in this country will improve. So we have been doing this type of cooperation for many years. And even for this infectious disease, at the wake of COVID-19, we decided to provide some material, particularly to examine the infectious disease, also to provide resilience for hospital and treatment system at the wake of infectious disease. And we provide some grant of 663 million yen to the National Institute of Hygiene and Epidemiology. So on top of infectious disease as well as non-infectious disease, I think the elderly care or addressing the aging issue will be a new area of cooperation and collaboration between the two countries. And now the private companies, the Japanese private companies are playing a bigger role. So the notable examples are Takeda has developed the vaccine for dengue and started to sell in Vietnam as a first company. Also, Shionogi and Hanoi Medical University has been doing a collaboration on clinical trials for new drugs. National Institute of Hygiene and Epidemiology, along with Nagasaki University, have been dedicated to tropical disease control for many years. And recently, companies like Konica, Minolta, or Fujifilm are working on digital health, making the use of artificial intelligence technology in collaboration with Vietnamese private company or organization like NIC. So through the collaboration of Japanese companies in medical sector, I'm sure that I think medical treatment and healthcare services of this country will improve. Also, that will contribute to human resources development in medical sector in this country. And also, JICA is trying to address this sort of access issue, medical access issue. I know that this is one of the focal priority areas in terms of policy to be initiated by Ministry of Health in this country. But access to medical service in mountainous area, even this Mekong Delta area, so that sort of disparity of medical service should be eradicated and eliminated. I think using digital health even to provide opportunities of capacity development of commune, the clinics, hospitals. We would like to really enhance the quality medical service in these countries. We will continue to provide cooperation through JICA or through direct funding to the international organization here to give plenty of opportunities, particularly infectious disease and some other important areas for the improvement of medical services in this country.
Yes. So it's wonderful to see that we enter into a very multi-channel, multi-level cooperation from government to government, from locality to localities, from companies to companies, from hospital to universities. And I think Vietnam can learn a lot from Japan when it comes to pharmacy and healthcare. Mr. Tuấn, from Vietnam perspective, how do things how do access the Vietnam-Japan investment and business cooperation in the area that Ambassador mentioned, such as manufacturing, science, technology, and healthcare?
First of all, I think that I fully agree with what Mr. Ambassador just shared about the cooperation and potential between the Vietnam and Japan. As well of the foreign investment agency, we see that the cooperation between the two countries, especially in terms of the investment, is very special and has been developing very positively. Throughout about 50 years of developing the relationship until now, Vietnam and Japan developed the bilateral relationship into the comprehensive strategic partnership for the peace and prosperity for the Asia and the world. And the relationship between the two countries basing on the very good foundation under the politic trust and the similarity between the benefits of the two countries and the cooperation not only between the government but also from the between provinces and the businesses and even the people to people. And until now, Japan is the biggest ODA country to Vietnam and the third biggest investors in Vietnam. And for trading and tourism, Japan is the fourth biggest partners to Vietnam. In terms of the investment cooperation, until now, Japan have more than 5,600 projects in Vietnam, with total registered capital is more than 78 million US dollars. And the more important thing that I would like to mention is that the investment cooperation between the two countries has been changing positively from into the quality
Yeah.
And the advantage of Japanese investment is very similar to the priority of Vietnamese government toward the sustainable economic development. And now there are some prioritized sector that two countries have the very good cooperation. For example, in the high technology, digitalization, science and technology, about the high technology agriculture, or the manufacturing and healthcare. For example, in the manufacturing, until now, in about more than 78 billion US dollars of the Japanese investment in Vietnam, more than 60% is in the manufacturing sector. And you can see the presence of many big corporations from Japan, for example, Canon, Mitsubishi, Marubeni, Panasonic, Honda, Toyota, for example. And the cooperation in terms of manufacturing between two countries not referred by the number of the investment, but also in the way that the Japanese investors are doing in Vietnam. They contribute to the export. They contribute to the development of industry. They contribute to the training to the workforce in Vietnam, and they contribute to the technology transfer to Vietnam. And more important, with the investment from Japan in manufacturing, Japanese investors are helping and supporting the domestic and Vietnamese enterprises to attend positively, deeply, and effectively into the value chains.
Yeah.
For the science and technology, as you may aware that the Politburo have the resolution 57, and we address that the science, technology, digitalization, and the innovation is one of the most key to develop the capacity and the competitiveness of the national economy. So it's also the trend of Japan. And until now, we are seeing many good cooperation between the two countries in terms of developing the science, technology, and digitalization, especially in the high technology, AI, and semiconductor, as Mr. Ambassador just mentioned. For the semiconductor and AI, we will see the cooperation between the two countries by sending the about 60 researchers from Vietnam to have the training program for a PhD in Japan. And we also have the MOU about the joint researching about the semiconductor and the new material. And by the beginning this year, the Embassy of Japan also have the MOU with the UNDP for the initiative to enhance the capacity for the innovation for the NIC, National Innovation Center. And as the Mr. Ambassador know more deeply than me, that Japanese government also offer the about 51 million Vietnamese dong non-refundable to Vietnam for that initiative. And Japan, by Embassy of Japan, JICA, are cooperating effectively with the agency in Vietnam to support, to improve the infrastructure in R&D and to develop the ecosystem on the innovation and R&D as well. By the cooperation not only between government and the enterprises and the university and institutions. In healthcare, a very potential sector in cooperation between the two countries. Japan is playing a very important role in supporting Vietnam into improving the healthcare system in two two major things. First, to support, to improve the infrastructure and the equipment of the hospital. Japanese enterprises and organization, for example, JICA, continuously investing and supporting into some major hospital like My Hospital and the National Cancer Hospital to improve the localize the domestic product, healthcare product, and the to modernize the healthcare equipment. And the second major thing is to the how digitalization. Japanese partners, including the organization and enterprises, also support the Ministry of how to in terms of the digitalization in the healthcare, focusing on the health record about the telehealthcare and about the assessment of AI into the healthcare system. So in conclusion, I think that the cooperation between the two countries has been achieved remarkably and comprehensively, and prioritizing some major sectors that two countries have the trend and also have the need. And we also have the mutual benefits in the technology, in the innovation, in the healthcare services, and we really not only hope but also believe that the cooperation between the two countries will be widened comprehensively to contribute to not only the economic development of each country, but also contributes positively to the prosperity in the region.
Yes.
And once again, as a role of Foreign Investment Agency, we would like to say thank you to Mr. Ambassador and the organization and also the business community of Japan to contribute to the economic development of Vietnam so far.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. As we see, Japan investment come to Vietnam in different form. We have hard investment, we have soft investment. We invest in the foundation like manufacturing, but we're glad to see it's expand to the service sector, but in terms of for the prosperity of Vietnam and the prosperity between our two nations. From Ministry of Health perspective, as the genuine director of international cooperation, Dr. Tân, can you highlight some of the prospect and project between Japan and Vietnam in healthcare?
Yeah, thank you very much for your question. First of all, I totally agree with the idea shared by Mr. Ambassador and Mr. Tuấn regarding to the achievement between two countries, between Vietnam and Japan. Not only for health sector, but for many sector as well. Regarding to health sector, I think that the cooperation between Vietnam and Japan has developed very strongly, especially for recent years, after the country increased into a comprehensive strategy partnership. I can share with you some information, especially after 2023. At that time, two ministers of health into country paid official visit and after that sign an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, that create momentum for strengthen bilateral cooperation between Vietnam and Japan regarding to health sector. So aligned with Vietnam health priority, numerous projects funded by the government of Japan and JICA and relevant institution in Japan are being effectively implemented in Vietnam and also enhancing Vietnam healthcare capacity. So on this occasion, I would like to thank you, Mr. Ambassador, to be the bridge to connect health sector in Vietnam and health sector in Japan. Thank you very much. I can say some typical project in cooperation between two countries. For example, project to enhance the capacity of healthcare staff through telemedicine is cost about $3 million US. So this project is also very valuable for our curative system, very useful for us. The other project I can mention is that promoting viral hepatitis prevention in Vietnam. You know, virus hepatitis in Vietnam is also recognized in not only some in some area, but can recognize in some people. Yeah. So with support from JICA in Vietnam, we have been implementing this project for carrier control virus in Vietnam. So that is very useful for people. The other project mentioned already by Mr. Tuấn, that is medical equipment assistance provided to K Hospital, biggest cancer hospital located in Hanoi. Besides that, the project enhancing health system resilience and ensuring medical security after COVID-19 is very important also for health sector. Also, like Mr. Ambassador mentioned before at the beginning of this talk show, you mentioned two biggest hospital, like my hospital and Jerry, number 2 hospital. This is sports in cooperation between two countries on health sector. Thank you again for that. Along government cooperation, the ministry have also encouraged direct cooperation between hospital, medical universities, research institutes from both countries, particularly focus on human resource training, scientific research, expert exchange, and especially recently we focus on technology transfer. So many Japanese enterprises also invested in building and operating hospital in Vietnam, both public and private sector. The other sector is that pharmaceutical manufacturing plant, medical equipment facility, biomedical research center in Vietnam also is cooperation between Vietnam and Japan. And their presence not only improve service quality, but also promote technology transfer and adoption to advanced techniques in Vietnam. So I think that with that cooperation, we are confident and hopefully Japan will continue to accompany and support Vietnam healthcare sector to develop and contribute to sustainable growth and improve medical service quality in Vietnam. Yeah, thank you.
So, Dr. Tan, you mentioned that you hope to work with Japan to continue that cooperation, and you mentioned a lot of projects and highlights of the sample of cooperation between Vietnam and Japan. But as an expert in healthcare, could you enlighten us on what you see as the biggest issues and challenges of the Vietnam healthcare and how the cooperation with Japan can help?
I think that even Vietnam got many achievements in cooperation between Japan and Vietnam on health sector. We can mention on achievement on many areas, also mentioned by Mr. Ambassador and Mr. Tuấn. We can mention on achievement on pharmaceutical area, equipment, medical equipment area, training, improvement of capacity, human capacity, research, communicable disease prevention control, communicable disease control, etc. So many areas we got effective risk cooperation. However, I think that limitation still existing between the cooperation. For example, I would like to take the example regarding to pharmaceutical area. Domestic drugs are mostly generic with few innovative or high-tech products, in Vietnam recently. Vietnam has only 6 vaccine plants and biotech drug facility, and we have 2 R&D, research and development centers in Vietnam. Most biological products are still made using traditional technology, not modern technology. With few modern biologic and specialized in rare disease. So R&D, research and development and biotech application capacity of low confirmed remain limited.
Yeah.
So with the advanced technology, advanced knowledge from Japan enterprises and Japan companies, we would like to have cooperation with Japan enterprises, share their experience, transfer new technology in order to improve and get our pharmaceutical area improved and strengthened to afford not only for Vietnam market, but also for regional and broader to global market. So I would like to take one example for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Ambassador mentioned one of the highlights of cooperation between Vietnam and Japan is the active participation of the private companies into the investment environment, especially in healthcare. In addition to the traditional cooperation activities with Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare or JICA, for example, you see many Japanese enterprises have significant contribute to Vietnam healthcare system. And this company is actually working very actively and closely with the Vietnamese university, Vietnamese institution, and government agency to support public health goal and improve healthcare access. So I think among them, Takeda Vietnam Pharmaceutical is one of the very good example as a global R&D-driven biopharmaceutical company. They had made a notable effort to enhance community health in Vietnam. So, Mr. Benjamin Ping, as a general manager of Takeda Vietnam, actively engaged in Vietnam-Japan collaboration. How do you envision the future bilateral cooperation between the two countries? What are the strategic area, particular in healthcare, that you see as most promising to deepen our relationship?
So I see actually a very bright future where the cooperation is actually going to grow stronger, driven by a very strong foundation of 52 years of engagement, where we see Japan-Vietnam collaboration expanding across many areas, with healthcare consistently standing out as a key pillar, driven by the work of JICA, JETRO, and also the Embassy of Japan. To give an example, in May last year, there was an agreement signed between JICA and the Vietnam National Cancer Hospital for 1.8 billion yen grant agreement to actually improve medical equipment. So in terms of strategic areas where I see opportunities between Japan and Vietnam is really on two parts. One on capacity building, which I think was mentioned, and also on knowledge sharing. So I'll give one example of each. In terms of capacity building, from 2021 to 2024, the National Center of Global Medicine in Japan and the Ho Chi Minh Society of Asthma, Allergy, and Clinical Immunology, together with Takeda, actually collaborated on an initiative for the management and diagnosis of hereditary angioedema, a rare disease in Vietnam. Through this initiative, we had exchanges between experts in Japan and Vietnam, flying each way, and we actually had a few interesting metrics. Over 7,500 doctors and nurses were trained in Vietnam on how to identify and manage HAE. We had 100 patients in Vietnam screened, and we had 35 HAE patients diagnosed and identified in Vietnam who otherwise would have gone unnoticed. So I think these are the kind of collaboration between Japan and Vietnam, which is actually contributing to the Vietnam society. The second area I would say is around knowledge sharing. And one area of opportunity is really around the acceleration of bringing innovative medicine into Vietnam. So with the new pharma law, there is a new reliance pathway that has come up. And I think this is where opportunities of knowledge sharing could come between DAV in Vietnam and the PMDA in Japan on how we can bring drugs, innovative drugs, much more faster and also more efficiently through knowledge sharing in terms of processes, example, SOPs, or also in terms of technical awareness like training and also with seminars.
Very good. So, Mr. Tân, both Mr. Tuấn and you emphasize on the development of the healthcare system in Vietnam. We focus on innovation, technology, the service quality improvement, sustainable development, and international integration. In terms of that vision, how could you see that you can utilize the cooperation of Vietnam, the cooperation with Japan to implement that vision?
You may know that recently for healthcare sector, for our sector, the vision will focus on innovation, high technology,
Yes.
quality improvement, sustainability of the service, and international integration. Many areas, Mr. Tuấn and Mr. Ambassador already mentioned the cooperation between health sector in Vietnam and Japan. I think that much more these areas need to be enhanced cooperation. But from my point of view, I would like to share with you and focus on those areas. For example, for pharmaceutical area.
Yes.
That is very important.
Yeah.
And pharmaceutical area in Vietnam got achievement progress we can provide for not only for Vietnamese market and also for regional market. Regarding to pharmaceutical area, we consider that innovation and technology as the key. Also AI, big data, IoT application that create opportunity in research and development. Quality control, supply chains management, etc. So many areas very important and very necessary for develop pharmaceutical area in Vietnam. Vietnam also welcome joint research, clinical trials, establishment of international testing and production centers in Vietnam with Japan. That is for pharmaceutical area. The other area is medical equipment. I think that Vietnam seeks to cooperate with Japan firms regarding to their advanced technology and in diagnostic of disease and also for treatment of disease in Vietnam for people in Vietnam. And also public-private partnership PPP are very important. We are calling cooperation investment of PPP from Japan to Vietnam, and you already know that recently the Political Bureau already issued the resolution number 68. So we call investment not only for public area but for private areas. So that is very important. The other area is that medical services. Medical services is very important to provide quality for protection people, help people, protection people's life, and provide for curative for patient in hospital. So Vietnam is promoting electronic medical record, like Mr. Tuấn just mentioned before. History information system, patch, and telemedicine, so etc. So that has been applied in many hospitals in Vietnam. Japan, I think that Japan technological strength and hospital management experience from Japan can share with the same partner in Vietnam to improve to application in many areas in Vietnam. So that's the area. The other area I think that Japan can share and support and cooperate with partner in Vietnam, that is food safety. Vietnam is reforming, food safety regulation and developing a national strategy to 2040, focusing on pre and post-market control and e-commerce oversight. You know that recently we are focused on this area. Vietnam seeks Japan technology support on enhancing quality and also meeting international standard. So I realize that Japan is a high standard regarding to food safety also. So we need very much cooperation and then work with your firm, your agency to improve food safety in Vietnam. In summarize, I think that Vietnam welcomes Japanese enterprises to share their experience, technology and management experience to deepen cooperation in many areas in Vietnam, not only for pharmaceutical, medical equipment, food safety, traditional medicine, etc. So many areas we need very much. Also for hospital management. Hospital management is very important to improve, to provide for improvement of quality healthcare in Vietnam. So that can continue for better healthcare for people in Vietnam.
Thank you very much. As you can see, Dr. Tuấn mentioned a lot of areas of possible cooperation between the private sector from Japan and Vietnam. But in terms of priority, as the general managers of Takeda Vietnam Pharmaceutical, what would be your prioritized strategies for cooperation between Takeda and Vietnam?
In terms of the collaboration to improve healthcare access in Vietnam, it's very aligned with Takeda's corporate priorities, which is around patient, people, and also planet. So on a patient part, apart from the collaboration between NCGM and the HSAACI, which I mentioned earlier, at the local level, Takeda is also partnering with local hospitals and institutions to improve capacity building. For example, we currently have an MOU with the National Institute of Hematology and Blood Transfusion in terms of organizing seminars, training, and also exchanges to improve the education and capacity around hematology management. Now, on a people perspective, Takeda's goal is to provide a diverse and inclusive organization where people can grow. And this is in turn contributing to Vietnam's human capital development, where we are providing a workplace and opportunity for Vietnamese to gain exposure, not only in local, but also in international healthcare management. One area from a people perspective that we're being very focused on today is actually around training and upskilling around digital dexterity. Example on artificial intelligence, which I believe is aligned with the party's direction towards Resolution 57 on innovation and digitalization. Last but not least, from a planet priority, you see that we are actually looking to combat climate change exacerbated dengue disease. Similar to WHO, which views dengue as a global health threat, Takeda views dengue as also a health threat to the Vietnamese population. Therefore, and we see that dengue is actually getting more complex in Vietnam, where it's occurring now year-round, and in terms of geography, it's expanding across the whole of Vietnam. What we're trying to do is really to work with the government and other stakeholders on how do we prevent dengue deaths in line with WHO's mission to have zero preventable dengue deaths by 2030. And we do this through three things. One, capacity building, working with healthcare workers on management, diagnosis, and treatment of dengue. Number two, public awareness to ensure that the Vietnamese population understands the severity of dengue, not only for themselves, but to the family and also to society. And last but not least, we are ensuring that our vaccines are accessible to all Vietnamese population. As of today, our vaccine is approved in 41 countries, and over 20 million doses have been distributed. And Takeda wants to ensure that our vaccine is available more broadly to the Vietnamese population as well.
Thank you, Mr. Ping. Ambassador Naoki, on participant mentioned that beyond the traditional cooperation between Japan and Vietnam, the two governments emphasize on the new pillar of cooperation, which is science, technology, and innovation. Could you share more about that?
Yes, our Prime Minister came here April, and he agreed with Prime Minister Min Chin. We will cooperate on the new pillars. So innovation, digital, DX, GX, semiconductor, AI. So clearly that is going to be a new focus of our collaboration and cooperation. So the panelists talked about various Politburo resolutions.
Yes.
We welcome all of them.
Yes.
For further economic growth of the country, particularly this resolution 57, focusing on innovation.
Yeah.
The role of innovation.
Yes.
So people talk about digital leapfrogging, innovation leapfrogging for the purpose of rapid growth of Vietnam.
Yeah.
So we will do our best so that our efforts will be in line with the goal now the Vietnamese government and the Communist Party are setting. So in terms of human resources development, I think this is a key area for innovation leapfrogging or digital leapfrogging. So first is semiconductor area that Mr. Tuan already mentioned. So we started this international research collaboration between 5 universities each. 5 universities Vietnam, 5 universities in Japan. So 5 universities in Vietnam, Hanoi University of Science and Technology, HUST, Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City University of Science, Hanoi National University of Education, VNU, Hanoi University of Science, also Phenica University. So from this month, they have started this joint research collaboration. And under this collaborative project, PhD students will be sent to Japan. Altogether, as you mentioned, in the order of 60 students.
Yeah.
But our plan is to have altogether 250 PhD students on semiconductor area in Japanese universities. Try to match the needs of human resources training of this country to be prosperous in the semiconductor industry as well. If I may take another example of human resources training of semiconductor, there is this VJU, Vietnam Japan University, which is a university set up 10 years ago as part of VNU.
Yes.
But they're going to have this ceremony, the commencement ceremony, this coming Saturday. But they're going to start the curriculum on semiconductor.
I see.
So as many as 100 undergraduate students will start studying semiconductor
Mm.
for the first time.
Yeah.
So again, this is to provide the younger generation of Vietnamese to study the subject, which is required for rapid growth
Yes.
of this country.
Mm.
So this VJU is designed to provide opportunities for young students in Vietnam to receive high-class education, research-oriented education. So this is a very important opportunity for younger people to learn semiconductor curriculum in the VJU.
Yeah.
Also, VJU will provide opportunities of, the collaboration from Japanese companies.
Yeah.
They have some theme-focused lecture opportunities.
Yeah.
Even the opportunities of employment after graduation. So collaboration between VJU, JICA, Japanese government, Japanese companies. So which will be a very important avenue
Yes.
for human resources training for Vietnamese people. And of course, some of the Japanese companies are doing investment in semiconductor area, like Rotse or Shin-Etsu. Some more to come, I'm sure.
Yes.
And we have this NIC event, 1st of October. This is an annual event to
Innovation
celebrate
Day.
National Innovation Day
Yeah.
of Vietnam.
Yes.
So this year we have relatively large size of booth sponsored by JETRO.
Yeah.
So that is to showcase a collaboration between Japanese companies and Vietnamese companies, startups and some innovation-related companies. And we are fortunate that the General Secretary Tolam, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, Deputy Minister Jun came to visit the Japan booth. And they are, I would say, impressed.
Yes.
By the way, this collaboration was being advanced between Japanese and Vietnamese companies.
Yeah.
And Mr. Tolam told me that Japan should do more of this kind of collaboration.
Yeah.
I thought that's a wonderful comment.
Yes.
But it's great that the top leader of the country is so into this innovation,
Yes.
knowing that innovation is very important for rapid growth of this country.
Yes.
I mentioned the semiconductor, even AI area.
Yeah.
JICA started this new lecture series by a professor named Yutaka Matsuo, who is very well known in this AI area.
Yeah.
And he started a series of lecture, so online and in person. So first lecture, he came to HAST, the university, in-person lecture. You know how many students attended? 1,600 students attended. This is a very practical, pragmatic lecture.
Yeah.
So they will be taught how to do a startup, how to start the business, the young age of, say, early 20s.
Yeah.
Very pragmatic and practical coaching, how to make use of AI to make money.
Yes.
So this is a sort of a new approach from Japanese academia to the Vietnamese universities. So in the area of innovation, digital, new pillar, I have a very high hope that new types of cooperation, collaboration will take place between Japan and Vietnam. So Japanese government together with JICA, JETRO, and some other public organizations will do our best to promote this new pillar of cooperation so that the Japanese cooperation will be contributing to rapid growth of this country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. Ambassador Naoki mentioned the word leapfrog and a new approach of very pragmatic approach to cooperation. In terms of Ministry of Finance, Mr. Tuấn, what are the policy and direction that will be implemented for increasing the cooperation and investment between the two countries so we can leapfrog investment between us and Japan.
Okay, it's a very interesting and a very difficult question as well of the Ministry of Finance. Until now, we do our best to encourage to contribute to the development of the cooperation between the two countries. And I agree fully with Mr. Ambassador sharing about the potential sector that our two countries can develop in terms of cooperation. For example, in the high technology, including AI, semiconductor, etc. And as well of Ministry of Finance, we see that I would like to take the very nice word from Mr. Ben about the bright future.
Yeah.
The cooperation between the two countries will be the very bright future, and we believe in that. We will have a lot of potential sector. One of them is the what Mr. Ambassador just mentioned about the high technology and AI semiconductor. And beside that, we can also cooperate in terms of the human resources training and about the energy transition. Those are some prioritized sectors that two countries can cooperate effectively.
Yeah.
And to do that, until now, we have many ways to develop that cooperation in those private sector. For example, we also have the Mr. Ambassador know very deeply about the Vietnam-Japan joint initiative, right? And until now, the joint initiative between two countries has been passed through about 9 period for more than 20 years. And for this phase, we are focusing on the energy transition, about the innovation and high technology, about the human resources training, and about the improving the business environments and improving the legal framework, as well as to develop the supporting industry. Those are 5 pillars.
Yeah.
Within the VJJI joint initiative between Vietnam and Japan. And we also organize some roundtable between the Prime Minister and the Japanese business community. Until now, the Prime Minister had 2 roundtables with the Japanese business community.
Yes.
And he also have a plan to have the 3rd one by the end of this year.
Yeah.
It means that in Prime Minister thinking, Japanese investor is playing a very, very important role in contributing to the sustainable economic development of Vietnam. And he's very reasonable because the contribution of the Japanese investor in Vietnam until now is very remarkable. And without the Japanese investment in Vietnam, we cannot have the very remarkable achievement on the economic development so far. And I think that there are another many ways to contribute to develop the cooperation, as mentioned by Mr. Ambassador before, that we can set up the ecosystem for innovation, for the high technology, and to develop the R&D center. We can have the so-called the connection between 3 parties: government, enterprises, and the university and institution. We can also have the very strong and effective cooperation between the provinces and provinces. As you may aware that now Vietnam is in the very strong revolution
Yeah.
on the system, administrative system.
Yeah.
And until now, from 63 provinces, now we have been shortened to 34
Yeah.
provinces.
Yeah.
And those new provinces can have the very good cooperation with provinces in Japan. And we can also have the cooperation in some new momentum.
Yeah.
Now, Vietnamese government is developing some new momentum, such as developing the International Financial Center in 2 locations, one in Ho Chi Minh City and another in Da Nang City.
Yes.
And we also have planned to develop the free trade zone. Those are all some new momentum that we can cooperate and contributes to the relationship between Vietnam and Japan. And as the role of the Ministry of Finance, we do our best and much more than what we have done until now to contribute to do that. And we really need the cooperate very good and effective cooperation from the Embassy of Japan to do that. And we think that in the very soon we will see what Mr. Ben said, the bright future between the 2 countries.
Thank you very much. You mentioned 5 pillars of cooperation. Is there any untapped area for cooperation that you haven't mentioned?
No, I think that those are 5 prioritized sectors.
Yeah.
And beside that, we also have some more other potential sector between the 2 countries, and including healthcare that we are mentioning this.
Yeah.
And we can have some other potential, like in the high-tech agriculture, in medicine, in healthcare, in the human resources training, etc. And but we really hope that the time for the Japanese investor to finalize the plan to invest in Vietnam can be shortened.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because the Vietnam is still showing the as a very important role in the eye of the Japanese investor.
Yes.
Basing on the report of Zetro annually, we see that about 56% of the enterprises from Japan are committing very strongly to enlarge and having the new project in Vietnam. And they always address very effectively about Vietnam in some point about the sustainable politics system, about the fast and sustainable economic development, about the scale of the market. Because you know that Vietnam, with the population of more than 100 million people, we have a very huge market. And we also have signed about 17 FTA. So the market not only limited by the 100 million, but also enlarged into about more than 60 countries that those are the member within the 17 FTA that Vietnam signed. And we also have the very ambitious target on the economic development. As the Mr. Ambassador knew that because you have met many times with the General Secretary Tolam and Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính. So there are two ambitious targets on economic development. Is to become the developing country and in the high middle income by the year 2030, and by 2045 we will be the developed country, and we will become in the high income group. And to do that, we have to have the very good investment cooperation. So what I would like to come back about your question is that we highly appreciate about the contribution of the Japanese investment so far. And we really think that we can develop it more.
Yes.
And we have the reasons to say that
Yes.
confidently.
Yeah.
And besides some policy and some initiative that we are doing, like what I mentioned about the Vietnam-Japan joint initiative, and about the roundtable between the Prime Minister and the business community, we can do it more. And I think that with the direction of the top leaders of the party and the state and the government of Vietnam, and with the cooperation of the government and the business from Japan,
Yeah.
we can do that. And as a role of the Ministry of Finance, we will support this, and will be the not only the partner but also the friends of the Japanese investors.
Yes. Thank you very much. Mr. Ambassador, Mr. Tuấn mentioned the round table when the leadership of Vietnam meets with the Japanese business community and investor. How do you see the role of the private sector play in the cooperation between Vietnam and Japan?
Mr. Tuan said that close to 60% of Japanese companies based here in Vietnam are looking at possible expansion within 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
I think that is because new momentum was created, and the very strong leadership, as well as rapid reform demonstrated by General Secretary Mr. Tolan.
Yes.
So the Japanese companies are looking at possibilities because of this new momentum.
Yeah.
So yes, the Japanese companies have been here for more than 30 years. In the middle of 90s, they started make direct investment. Recently, Toyota celebrated its 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Even Escok, this noodle manufacturing company, celebrated 30 years in Ho Chi Minh City last month. And even those Japanese banks have a history of a 30-year operation in Vietnam. But now, the mega bank like Mizuho is forming a strategic financial strategic partnership with Bitcoin. MUFG has with Vietnam. So new type of collaboration is impacting the way even the Vietnamese financial companies are doing business. Clearly, the expertise was shared with by the Japanese side, and that is contributing to the earning power of even financial institutions of Vietnam. The Japanese companies really interested in the possibility of increasing number of private companies in Vietnam coming into global value chain. The Resolution 68 talked about this target. 20 Vietnamese companies to join global value chain by 2030. This could mean that opportunity of collaboration between Vietnamese companies and Japanese companies. Now, even the Chamber of Commerce Japan, JCCI, is saying we have been doing direct investment, providing employment, providing financial resources. But now we could focus more on the technological transfer, more on the knowledge sharing. So with those burgeoning private companies of this country, so clearly on the horizon, new type of collaboration is seen in the eyes of Japanese companies. So I think that is a very, very hopeful development. Some concrete example is like Mr. Tuan mentioned, this energy transition. We do this ASEC, Asian Zero Emission Community. Vietnam is the first country which came up with a pilot project under ASEC framework. 15 projects are now in the pipeline. So altogether, I think invest value will be $20 billion US. It's a big the list of big projects. So now we are talking about say 5 of energy to power project. solar power, wind power, some energy efficiency in the industrial parks and so forth. So I think success of those pilot project 15 will be very, very crucial
Yes.
for forming a partnership on very important strategic infrastructure, namely energy.
Yeah.
And also the JICA is planning to provide a program loan focusing on climate change, GX, energy transition, worth over 300 million US dollars. This is a program loan, so budget and policy support type of loan. I'm sure this will be very, very instrumental in bringing about carbon neutral as well as sustainable growth to this country. Mr. Tuan mentioned this joint initiative, new joint initiative, which started March 2024. We need to come up with some sort of tangible outcome around March, April next year. One of pillars is the business environment.
I see.
I would say that this dialogue initiated by Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh was excellent initiative in order to address and improve business environment for Japanese companies and foreign companies in general. And we have seen some tangible outcome out of this dialogue process.
Yes.
But there are some remaining issues. Administrative procedure, the speed of licensing, and now we are waiting for the delegation of power to local authorities, to each ministry, even this facilitation of ODA project. So those are remaining challenging. Also, if I make one or two concrete examples, this new rule, which would be introduced by Hanoi City People's Committee on the restriction of gasoline motorbike from July next year. I would say it's too soon.
Yes.
So I think there should be some period of preparation, some roadmap needs to be laid out.
Yes.
So we are really hoping that this time of introducing this new regulation will be a little bit delayed. Say maybe 2028. If we could wait another 2 years, so that people can prepare, companies can prepare, even administration can prepare some sort of roadmap. I think that's a more realistic way of addressing this very, very important issue of pollution. And also, we will continue to do the infrastructure cooperation, energy, digital, even this metro, railway. But there is an outstanding payment issue regarding this Ho Chi Minh Metro number 1. So Metro number 1, Ho Chi Minh City is very much celebrated. It's a wonderful example of successful cooperation between the two countries. Metro started operation December last year, but it's still outstanding payment issues there. So I think this is a sort of issue that we can address together in close cooperation with the central government as well as the local authority. So then if we can see these examples of improvement of the business environment, then I think a new investment would come. But if we cannot resolve those outstanding issues, not very easy even for me to sell Vietnam as a very ambitious, promising investment market.
Yes, thank you very much. Dr. Tân, I appreciate you share with us during the previous discussion about all the areas for cooperation between Vietnam and Japan. I asked Mr. Ping the same question. Now I ask you the same question. What would be 3 to 5 priority of Ministry of Health when it comes to the
international cooperation.
Thank you again. So I think this is very interesting and very difficult question for me. However, I realize that Japan has been one of key cooperation in Vietnam, not only for many sectors, but only for health sector myself. Bilateral cooperation has marked a strategic and long-term partnership between two countries, between two sectors. This foundation especially was enforced by 2019, at that time, the high delegation to visit to each other and Ministry of Health Vietnam and Ministry of Health and Labor Social Affairs in Japan has already signed an MOU. So I think that this is remarkable and milestone for enhancing cooperation between health sector in two countries. Mr. Tuấn has raised 5 pillars, but myself, I think that I just share 3 pillars for enhancing and focusing on cooperation in coming years between health sector in Vietnam and health sector in Japan. First one is modern infrastructure. So, Mr. Ambassador mentioned development some medical health facility like hospital in Bạch Mai, General Hospital, etc. So this is the first pillar, modern infrastructure. The second one is advanced equipment, advanced medical equipment.
Yeah.
You know, Japan has a very advanced technology regarding to medical equipment. So we need very much the cooperation on these areas. The third pillar is capacity development. So the human resource is very important, very necessary to improve and to strengthen health sector. So those 3 pillars, I think that we should focus in coming years. The other thing you may know that recently, Political Bureau has already issued several resolution, very important resolution. These as I think that this as a strategic guidance, strategic point to guide every sector in Vietnam, also for health sectors.
Yeah.
So you know that in January 2025, Political Bureau has issued a resolution number 59 regarding to international integration on new areas. So this is a breakthrough marking a new state in Vietnam, global engagement. So I think that is very important. Important for integration in a new area. So Japan, Vietnam, etc. Many other countries, they need to engage to each other and cooperate to each other. Also, after that, the government has issued plan resolution number 153. So that in this solution issued by Prime Minister, there are broad areas. So in health sector, we have some focus priority for cooperation, for integration in new areas. So that our sector need follow this resolution.
Yes.
That is one thing. So in order to implement these resolution issues by Communist Party and Prime Minister, our minister also developed 2 very important also from minister level. The first one is plan number 28, and the second one is plan number 2488. So these 2 plans are very important to guide every agency, every organization within Ministry of Health to go ahead, follow the instruction of resolution issued by political bureau and government. So I think that this is very important. That
Yes.
is a strategic resolution for go ahead. Yeah. So also recently resolution number 72
Yes.
issued by
Yeah.
political bureau, very
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
to improve public health. So Ministry of Health identify international cooperation and integration as a core mission for implementation of resolution.
Yeah.
So I think that's within the implementation of very important resolution, we can get the achievement of the target for health sector in coming years.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Ping, Dr. Tan mentioned a couple of very important resolutions from Politburo, and he mentioned the resolution 72, which I would say is quite ambitious for Vietnam. So against this backdrop, how do you interpret the recent legislation on healthcare reform, and what implication do they hold for multinational pharmaceutical company like Takeda?
So I think you put it correctly. It's ambitious, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's the right approach.
Yeah.
Number one, it's aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals on healthcare.
Yeah.
It will be critical to develop Vietnam's human capital, because I think the one you mentioned around the vision in 2045 to become a high income country, and you need human capital. And I think this is a resolution that drives towards that. The push towards preventive, primary, and grassroots, like commune health station, I think also makes a lot of sense, because from WHO reports, 80 to 90% of care can actually be done at the grassroots level, which means they are freeing up resources at the acute hospital area. So again, I think it makes a lot of sense. The other point, which I think is very positive on Resolution 72, is the intent to reduce out-of-pocket expenses. For example, by 2026, there's going to be free basic screening. And by 2030, basic hospital fees are going to be waived. So I think the approach on preventive and also reducing out-of-pocket expenses is actually a very positive approach towards managing healthcare. From a Takeda perspective, Resolution 72 actually resonates very strongly with our overall purpose as a company, which is around better health, brighter future. So we are hoping to be part of the journey around Resolution 72 around preventive care. And I think specifically where from MNC like Takeda, we're looking to focus on things like dengue prevention, because we know that dengue deaths are preventable, and we know that Vietnam is also aligned with the World Health Organization goal of 0 preventable dengue deaths by 2030. So I think collaborating together with the government is critical. As I said earlier, there are 3 areas we are hoping to focus on. Capacity building, which I think you also mentioned, Mr. Tan. And then we also talk about public awareness. And lastly, around integrating vaccines as part of the strategy to reduce dengue deaths.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ping. So as we wrap up today's discussion on Vietnam-Japan cooperation, it's clear that the partnership between our two countries continue to grow stronger and stronger in many areas: investment, trade, healthcare, human resource, people to people, localities to localities. And I like you mentioned the brighter future. So let's look forward to a brighter futures for both of our nation. So I think this cooperation is not just built on the mutual interest, but it's also have a rooted in the deep respect from shared value and very long-standing relationship and friendship between Vietnam and Japan, which will continue to evolve in the recent years. So I would like to thank you, our distinguished guests, for wonderful insight and to spend time of us to share your view on the cooperation area of investment and the future plan for our cooperation. So as we look ahead,
We hope to see greater collaboration between Vietnam and Japan, just not only private sector, but government to government, people to people, investment, trades, and especially in the new pillars of cooperation of science, technology, and innovation. So we hope to see all of you guys again in one of our upcoming VIR talk show to share about this exciting journey. And thank you very much, and hope to see you next time.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.